Hello everyone and welcome to this video in which I'll talk about the OWASP A4 XML External Entities. OWASP, or Open Web Application Security Project, is an online community which purpose is to be the thriving global community that drives visibility and evolution in the safety and security of the world's software. It produces freely available articles, methodologies, documentation, tools, and technologies in the field of web application security. One of the most known OWASP articles is the Top 10 Security Risks, which includes the XML External Entities, or the XXE. The XXE is a type of attack against an application that parses XML input. It occurs when XML input containing a reference to an external entity is processed by a weakly configuration XML parser, and that can result to a disclosure of confidential data, denial of service, port scanning, and so on. Now I will show you an example of an XXE attack. Here I'm using BWAP, a buggy web application which allows us to perform security attacks. So here I will go and log in, and then I will go and choose the XXE attack. Here it is. Now, by clicking on this button, it will send a request to the server. And in order to do an XXE attack, we have to intercept this request, edit it, and then send it again to the server. And so I'll be using Burp Suite in order to do that. And in addition, it can display to us the response of the server. So I will put intercept on and I will click on the button. So here we have the request that is being sent to the server. Let's check the response of the server, and here we got the response. And you can notice that the content of the login element is displayed in the response. So now we'll perform an XXE attack. I will edit the request by putting an external DTD entities. DTD stands for Document Type Definition. So here I defined my DTD, and in it I defined my entity. I gave the name XXE, and by using the keyword system, it will store the content of the file we defined here, and in our case it's the password file. So our entity will store the password file of the system. And now in order to display it, I will put a reference to my entity in the login element. So it will get the content of the password file, it will put it in the login element, and by sending it to the server will display the content of the element login, which is the content of the password file. Here we can test it, and here we got the content of the password file. Can try another one. Inside the hosts file, do it again, and here again we get the content of our file. So here we can see we can get important information from the system. So now, how can we prevent these kinds of attack? Well, first of all, whenever possible, use less complex data formats such as JSON. But be careful here, because even though a web service may be programmed to use only the JSON format, the server may accept data format that the developer did not anticipate. Also, you should upgrade all XML processors and libraries in use by the application or on the underlying operating system. You can also use dependency checkers. And if you are using the SOAP framework, you should upgrade it to the version 1.2 or higher. You can also disable the XML External Entity and DTD processing in all XML parser. The OWASP community made a guide showing you how to do this, and this in different programming languages. I'll put a link in the description. And finally, implement a server-side input validation to prevent hostile data within XML documents, headers, or nodes. So that's all for today. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Goodbye.